There has been a lot going on recently. A lot of events that keep pointing to the fact that something unexpected and life-changing is on the way. Like AT&T goes down for a day with no real explanation why. I can't remember a time when that ever happened. Then a week or two later, Facebook and Instagram go down with no real explanation as well, where they're speaking about cable lines being cut in the Red Sea. We see banks failing again exactly a year after the banking crisis started in 2023. And Bitcoin and gold keeps climbing like they are trying to signal something and get our attention. And it's now becoming clear that as of right now, they plan to do a whole rerun of the last election, which did not go well the last time. They keep alluding to a civil war. There is a lot going on. A lot of uncertainty mixed in with volatile events. A lot of things that for people with their eyes open, it should have our attention. And the thing is that amongst all of these things, there will be an eclipse over the United States in the beginning of April that seems to be getting a lot of attention, and rightfully so.
A cosmic event for the ages, shaping up to be the hottest ticket in town. On April 8th, a total eclipse of the sun will plunge millions of viewers from daylight into darkness for more than 4 captivating minutes in parts of the country. And excitement is already building as so-called eclipse tourists rush to book travel to be in its path.
Literally, the stars are aligning.
The total eclipse will span a 115-mile wide path across 13 states from Texas to Maine. That's nearly twice as wide as the last major eclipse in 2017, and it will also last twice as long. Towns and cities lucky enough to be in the path of totality have been preparing for months, if not years.
I have been getting a lot of questions about this eclipse and my take on what people have been saying about the coming 3 days of darkness. Instead of me answering each question individually, I thought it would be prudent to make a very quick video to discuss this because I believe that it's important. I must be very clear and honest that although I have heard about the eclipse and many people have been sending me information about the 3 days of darkness, I have actually not given very much attention to it until recently. I know that people have made all these predictions and there are many different insights. But here's the thing. In reference to the eclipse on April 8th, yes, I do believe that it is a sign. I do not believe it is a coincidence that when you combine this eclipse with the one that happened in 2017, 7 years ago, it makes an X. I do believe that our Father Yahuah is giving clear signals that he is going to move. We know the scriptures like, "And it shall come to pass in that day, says Yahuah Elohim, that I will make the sun go down at noon, and I will darken the earth in broad daylight." That's Amos chapter 8, verse 9. Also, "And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit on all flesh. Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions. And also on my men servants and on my maid servants I will pour out my spirit in those days. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the coming of the great and awesome day of Yahuah. And it shall come to pass that whoever calls on the name of Yahuah shall be saved. For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem there shall be deliverance. As Yahuah has said, among the remnant whom Yahuah calls." That's Joel chapter 2, verses 28 through 32. And also, we know Messiah has said, "And there will be signs in the sun, in the moon, and in the stars, and on the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and waves roaring." Luke chapter 21, verse 25. So yes, when I hear about the eclipse, I recognize that our Father is getting our attention. He has been doing so for a long time with many different signs that he has been showing us. So when I hear about the eclipse coming, it just confirms to me what I have already felt. And I'll get back to it. In reference to the coming 3 days of darkness, I will be clear that this is not what I focus on at all. I don't know where this prophecy actually comes from. Now be clear, I know there is a biblical precedent for this, as this is what our Father did in Egypt when he was petitioning Pharaoh to let Israel go. This was the 9th plague. Then Yahuah said to Moses, "Stretch out your hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, darkness which may even be felt." So Moses stretched out his hand toward heaven, and there was thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. Exodus chapter 10, verses 21 and 22. But me personally, I believe our Father has prophesied how all this would occur in Revelation chapter 8 during the 4th trumpet. It said, "Then the fourth angel sounded, and a third of the sun was struck, a third of the moon, and a third of the stars, so that a third of them were darkened. A third of the day did not shine, and likewise the night." Revelation chapter 8, verse 12. So I want to be clear in regards to this ministry. As far as the 3 days of darkness prophecy goes, I don't know where it comes from, but it is not what I am focusing on. As far as I can tell, this 3 days of darkness is a Catholic prophecy. In the 18th century, an Italian mystic is said to have stated, this is the prophecy: "There shall come over the whole earth an intense darkness lasting 3 days and 3 nights. Nothing can be seen, and the air will be laden with pestilence, which will claim mainly, but not only, the enemies of religion. It will be impossible to use any man-made lighting during this darkness, except blessed candles. He who out of curiosity opens his window to look out, or leaves his home, will fall dead on the spot. During these 3 days, people should remain in their homes, pray the rosary, and beg God for mercy. All the enemies of the church, whether known or unknown, will perish over the whole earth during that universal darkness, with the exception of a few whom God will soon convert. The air shall be infected by demons who will appear under all sorts of hideous forms." I've gotten this off of Catholic.com actually. This is a prophecy from Catholics, and I do not follow any of the doctrines or their prophecies. There is real danger of following false prophets, and then when Satan actually works his magic and fulfills these things, we believe that it is actually biblical prophecy, and we start following our enemy. You have to be really clear on where you get these prophecies from. So for me personally, I am not following the 3 days of darkness prophecy. That's not something that I'm focused on. But here's the deal, and this is what I want to be clear, and this is why I made this video. Maybe this eclipse means something for April 8th. Maybe what people are prophesying of with this 3 days of darkness actually comes to pass, but also maybe not. A long time ago, I learned not to set dates or trust those who do this as well. You need to understand the world that you're in. Too many people today make content to get attention on social media. Too many people like to speak on things that our Father clearly has not actually told them. There is way too much noise on social media. Me personally, I try not to listen to most of it, and I honestly encourage you to do the same for your own sanity. Regardless if these things come to pass or not, please know, for the longest, I have encouraged everyone to be ready and prepared for change that's coming in this world. Be ready first spiritually, then mentally, and last physically. If you took that advice, then these kind of things should not move you. You may want to disagree with me about the 3 days of darkness, and that's your choice. But here's the reality for me and my family. Even if people are right about the 3 days of darkness, my family and I, we're ready. If they're not right about the 3 days of darkness, my family and I, we're still ready. None of these predictions move us because we are ready either way, and I encourage you all to be as well. Last week, I put out the video about the actual promises our Father has for us. This is what I am focused on. And yes, I look at these eclipses and all that as signs, because he did prophesy that this is what he would do. He has been warning us for a great deal of time. I remember all the blood moons that were happening not that long ago. There seems to be many eclipses that have been happening. Yahuah has my attention. So no, I'm not paying much attention to everything that people are saying in reference to the eclipse and the 3 days of darkness, because I'm ready. I'm waiting for him. If you believe something is happening at this time in April, or you don't, it should not change your approach to the times that we're in. Because let's be clear, judgment is coming to the nations. The Antichrist is coming and preparing to take power. I mean, right now he's being spoken about more and more, and they have already come out with news that's preparing us for his rise and ascension. Expect problems to come. Expect change. This should be a mindset for all believers who are waiting for our Father's kingdom. His day will not come upon us unexpectedly because we are awake. I just don't believe that we need to worry about dates and planning in this way. I would actually stop looking into these things and trying to understand exactly what is going to happen and when it's going to happen. Do not live your life like this. If you know this world is set to change, then just live in proper expectation and live in peace and enjoy. When you focus on it like this, these things can bring about anxiety and fear. Whatever is coming to this world is for the wicked nations who have lived in idolatry and rebellion. Judgment is for those who have been living for themselves only, not caring about our Father and his word. Judgment is coming to the world, and make no doubt about it. But listen, If you're truly living for our Father, then you should not worry about this. We know He's coming. We know He has plans to gather us. All we need to do is be patient and be faithful. I've made a lot of content over the years to try to drill the point home that we are in the last days and change is on the horizon. I think I have made that point clear. Please, I ask that you do not expect me to speak about everything they're putting in your algorithms. Honestly, I am not focused on most of these things, and I am not thinking about this eclipse and this 3 days of darkness because Yah has my attention already. If He's giving more signs, I know that He's just coming closer. Now, I want to make this clear as well. I do expect there will be a time that things go dark. In America especially, I expect the lights to go out. I expect the internet to be cut off. I expect civil war. I expect chaos. These have been my expectations for a long time. I've been planning for it for years, and this has not changed. This is the reality of the world that we live in. When it happens, I do not think it will be Yah that is doing this, but I believe that it will be according to their satanic plan and agendas. When Yahuah is doing it, it will be with power so that we all know it was Him. When He brings out the darkness, it will be through something only He could do, which is why the fourth trumpet plague will be powerful. My advice to everyone is to not focus on all these things. If you truly know what time it is in this world, focus on Yahuah. Focus on living more aligned to Him. Focus on trusting Him more. Focus on getting rid of lies and falsehoods you once held on to. How I look at it is that when things actually do change, I expect it to be something that actually catches us all off guard, something that we're not really expecting. I do not claim to know what these people have planned and what Satan plans to use as the major scapegoat for change. It could be one thing or it could be many things. I refuse to live my life worried about eclipses and days of darkness and whatever Satan is planning. I know problems are coming. My family and I are prepared for it. And I say that confidently because it's mostly spiritually and mentally, because even if I'm away and not around these supplies, I trust in our Father to protect and to provide for us and lead us to what He has for us. This is how I look at it. What then shall we say to these things? If Elohim is for us, who can be against us? He who did not spare His own Son, but delivered Him up for us all, how shall He not with Him also freely give us all things? Who shall bring a charge against Elohim's elect? It is Elohim who justifies. That's Romans chapter 8, verses 31 through 33. If Yahuah is for us, who can be against us? This is what I believe, and this trust in Yah allows me to walk in confidence and not worry. So my recommendation to everyone is yes, as we see this coming eclipse, take it as a sign. He is getting our attention to be ready for Him. So be ready for Him. Be ready for change and make sure you are following Him and not listening to Satan. Do not live in fear. Live in power and assurance that our Father will fulfill His promises. What you must do is be faithful to Him. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. As I'm getting these questions, I'm realizing that there are things that I may need to revisit. So in the midst of other topics our Father has me covering, like when we move to the Protestant Reformation and continue with our discussion on the Renaissance, I may revisit some information that I have covered in the past so that there is a good understanding of what awaits us. But irregardless of all this, please do not live in fear. And also, mark those who are using their platforms to spread it to you. There is nothing wrong with bringing people in awareness of things, but people that just make content to speak about false prophecies, these people need to be avoided. It's time to live in strength and know truly who you serve and truly who sustains you. If you truly know this and you live through this, you will know that no matter what is coming, you will be ready for it and you will see it through. Live in the confidence and assurance of Yahuah and do not let the devil push false prophecies that drive you to fear. Be strong and be ready and be blessed. Hallelujah. Praise Yah. Okay, thanks again for watching. I just needed to get that out real quick. I hope that answers anybody's questions that was asking me about this 3 days of darkness and the eclipse. If this has blessed you, please make sure to like it and share this video with others, especially those that are talking to you about this moment. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to subscribe to this channel. Yah willing, I try to upload every Friday. Also, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel on Facebook and Instagram, as well as on my website, truthunedited.com. As always, I'd like to thank all who donate and contribute to this ministry. Your donations are truly a blessing to this ministry, and they help very much. I thank you for your love and your support and letting our Father use you. You are truly a blessing, and I really appreciate your support. Be blessed. Okay, thanks again everyone for watching. I love you all.